All right, so this is end of trading day on Friday. Just gonna go over some signals from Cosmik ZTP in different markets. So again, just kind of summarize how I trade Cosmic. I only take the first trade in a given direction. I don't keep taking trades. Also, if you're part of my Discord group, you know what to look for. In other words, I like to trade in specific direction. I like to have a bias, longs only, shorts only. And I like, in an ideal world, perfect locations where price would come. And I go over all of that in the Zoom room. But obviously, not everyone is part of my group, so I'm going to assume you are not and you are taking every signal. Also, if you see here, there is a U and a D instead of the cosmic triangle up or down and cosmic word. So I very often like to automate the signals using markers. So markers is an indicator by the indicator store, and it can automate any chart object. So the way you would do that, so to do that, I changed the default signal for Cosmic, if I can find it. So here, and I simply change the text to U for up, meaning long, or D for down, meaning short. And then in markers, I simply replace the arrows that are default for markers. I changed it to text, and then U and D. I got to make sure the colors are the same as in the indicator itself, as in Cosmic. Got to put the right account number, the right ATM, and then you're set to go. Marcus is going to take these trades automatically, and I put it on semi-automation, not on full automation, because I wanted to only take the first trade in a direction. When you're trading in semi-auto, after, let's say, a long is taken, this long would be disabled, and so only one trade is allowed in a given direction until you press long again. So 9:30 opening up. Now, again, for my group in Zoom, I was very specific. I want to wait for Nasdaq to be above 510 to take long trades. It was important for me that Nasdaq recovers. It dug below 510. I needed it to recover above 510 to then take long trades. Now, here's an example. Obviously, if you're not part of my group, you don't know that, and you would have tried to take this short, and this is a losing trade. It just is. No matter what, obviously, they're going to be losing trades. In this case, this would be a losing short trade. And that's what I was looking for. Firming above 510, just long. And I was very clear, no matter what you do, find a way to get long. If you used Cosmic Z, I'm going to have the settings in the description for this particular chart. It is a 16.4 King Renko, and I'm going to have the settings in the description. So just longs, right? Just take longs. Again, I take only the first one. Today was an unusually directional day. I wish every day was like this, but it's not. Normally, after the first signal, the more signals you have in a given direction, I find the less probability of that trade working out. But so no short signals on this decline, and I wouldn't have taken one anyway, but just longs. Go for longs. Again, an example of a short I would not have taken, but if you're not part of my group, you would know this, and this would be a losing trade. The longs worked out beautifully. This short again, I would not have taken. This was good enough for a scalp. This one was fine. This short was terrific. Again, I would not have taken it, but this short was terrific. I don't think by this point I was still trading. I don't think I was. By the way, if I was, this signal was fine, but I would not have taken it because of the sharp move higher. A bit overdone. Again, today was just a very directional day. Most days when such a sharp move happens, I would like to wait for a retracement. So a retracement does come. And then I would have taken this long. Again, I was not trading anymore but by this time, but this is fine for a scalp and a heck of a lot more. Even the second one was fine. Again, very directional day today. Very directional. All right, let's take a look at some other markets. This is gold, and again, just the first trade here, and I would be done. There was a long here, probably good enough for a quick scalp. Again, with gold, with me, it's like a one and done type of deal. I don't keep trading it. I find gold, once it makes its move, it's like done. But we can take a look to see if there was anything else good. Again, the longs were fine. Fine for nice scalps. I think I mentioned this before in my webinars. I don't like to trade after like 10:30, 11 o'clock Eastern. Things could get choppy, but gold was still fine with these settings. I've been using these settings for a number of days now, unchanged. Again, in the description, I'm going to put the settings for gold. Crude oil after the open, again, just kind of grab the first signal. Also move lower. Yeah, oil was one and done. I would not keep trading it. But this long, still works out great. So good signals in crude. Yeah, crude did fine. Again, all the settings are going to be in the description. For those who trade the Russell, short is fine. Took some heat, but the stop would be above this area here. So you should have stayed. If someone was trading this, you stay in the trade, and definitely more than enough for a scalp. Then a long, again, more than enough for a scalp. You see why I prefer first signals only. In a choppy market, the Russell was a lot choppier, at least at first, than the Nasdaq. You see why I prefer the first signal only in a given direction. Then there was a short, and again, by this point, I would be done. I would not keep coming back and trading. That's a bad idea. These are great signals. We can still take a look what happened, but it was a long. See, now a long did not work out. This is definitely a losing trade. That's why you don't keep coming back. You have your profits, you should stop. This short just good enough for a scalp. This long, I'm not sure if it's enough. Maybe a losing trade. This short was good enough, but a lot choppier. You see the difference between the Russell and the Nasdaq. Russell was really, really choppy today. So, grab your profits and be done. Don't keep coming back. This long I don't think was good enough for a scalp. The short worked out. But once you even take a look at the time, I would not be trading here. So a much tougher day for the Russell than for the Nasdaq or pretty much anything else I looked at. But again, if you have the discipline to only take the first trade or the first couple of trades at most, if you have the discipline to just grab it and say, I am done, I don't need to keep trading, then you did fine in the Russell as well. Okay, so I'm going to try to make these kind of videos ideally on daily basis. Can't promise. I'm going to try. As things need to be changed as far as settings, I'm going to let you know and include them in the description, or if I change the time frame you can see here. So yeah, so thank you. That is all for today.